Hey Hoopheads! Brad here, breaking down another game from the Raptors championship run, and today I want to talk about the Raptors' 115-96 series-clinching win over the Magic in Game 5 of the first round. In this game, the Raptors were led by Kawhi Leonard's 27 points. He hit all 5 of his three-point attempts. Siakam had 24 points with 3 threes as well. 3 more Raptors scored in double figures. It was a blowout win kind of from start to finish. Let's get into it. On this play, the Magic are trying to force a switch. They want to get Vucevic on Green, so as Augustin comes off the screen, he attacks Gasol's body and drives all the way under the rim, so Gasol has to go with him. And then at the same time, Vucevic is getting in post position against Danny Green. And then as Jonathan Isaac clears out to the weak side, you see Siakam going with him, but once he gets into the lane, he stops. And as Vucevic tries to drive, he's right there with his hands up, protecting the rim, making that pass difficult. Jonathan Isaac eventually gathers the pass and tries to put up a tough fadeaway, but Siakam's able to get a piece of that too. Good pressure for the Raptors, and that set the tone for how this game would go. And this play helps illustrate the greatness of Gasol. You see Aaron Gordon with a bit of a runway to attack off the Vucevic screen, and he tries to go at Gasol, but Gasol is great at moving his feet, and he's so big that you have to shove off of him to try to get free. And Aaron Gordon overdoes it a little bit this time, too aggressive with the shove, gets called for the offensive foul. Gasol's mobility is really underrated, and that can frustrate opposing players. And here again, you see Siakam pressuring way up on Fournier. Vucevic comes up to set the screen, and even as Fournier is coming off it, you already see Gasol starting to shift his momentum, so he's moving backwards toward the rim, stays with him on the drive while Green is helping way off of Augustin, but Fournier misses the pass. Great work by the Raptors to prevent shots at the rim. And now Lowry finds himself guarding Aaron Gordon in the post, and as Gordon gets the ball, check out Danny Green, he turns and squares up to him, but he doesn't come over with the double team. He waits till Gordon puts the ball on the deck and then comes over. And at the same time, Gasol starts sliding over to Augustin. That leaves Kawhi to guard Vucevic and Fournier. Fournier's the bigger three-point threat, so he kind of stays away from Vucevic even though he has the ball. That allows Vucevic to drive, but Danny Green meets him and Lowry is there for the help, and that's just a tough drive to pull off for a big man. Nice hands by Green too, looks like he blocked the shot there. And now you see Augustin reject the screen and drive to the left, and he passes it up to Vucevic at the top, but before Vucevic even gets the ball, Kawhi's already headed back out to the perimeter. Now the ball goes to the corner, and Jonathan Isaac tries to drive on the baseline, but Gasol's going to rotate over from the opposite side of the key and then see Lowry up here, directing Siakam where to rotate next. That allows him to get up and contest a corner 3 from DJ Augustin. Solid rotations on that one from the Raptors. And on this play, check out how Siakam is signaling that he has the ball handler before he even hits half court. He's very cognizant of Birch's place and makes sure to get up and over him to cut off the drive to the right. And then as Fournier zigzags back to the left, he's going to find Jonathan Isaac under the basket, but check out the rotation from Gasol. He comes down, and while Jonathan Isaac's preoccupied with that, Kawhi slides over from the corner, able to just snatch the ball away. Great help defense, good work shutting down the fast break. And now as Khem Birch sets the Augustin screen, you see Gasol in drop coverage. Augustin not really looking for a shot, obviously. And then as Fournier gets it, check out this nice little bit of on-ball defense from Siakam. Doesn't overreact to any jabs or pump fakes or anything. Then Jonathan Isaac drives to the baseline and tries to take a tough pull-up. Great shot contest from Kawhi. Khem Birch pushes Gasol in the back. Could have been a loose ball foul. The Raptors would eventually get called for a non-shooting foul, but nice initial D there. And now check out the really nice containment from Danny Green on Terrence Ross. And then as Ross comes off the screen, he sees Kawhi reach and tries to go up and get the foul, but Kawhi avoids it expertly. And then as Augustin drives, you see the Raptors walling off the rim. Siakam's got a foot in the paint, but still able to get out to Fournier to give a great shot contest in the corner. And on this play, after Terrence Ross inbounds the ball, he's going to run off the Jonathan Isaac screen and catch the ball. And then Isaac is going to clear out of there, and they're trying to clear off the right side of the court, so there's no help defense. But check out how Siakam slides into help position until Serge gets to the strong side of the floor. Lowry presses up on Ross, deflects the ball out of his hands, almost a turnover. And then as Birch comes up to set the screen and then slips it, check out how Danny Green completely ignores MCW and slides over to help on Birch, while Serge springs the trap and gets way up into the air, deflects the ball. Those two combine for the steal. Great work, great help defense. And now just a few seconds to say, please check out the Patreon. There you can vote for which non-Raptors games I cover and get access to some exclusive written and audio content. The link's in the description. And then this is just a sloppy handle from Aaron Gordon. As he gets into the lane, he tries to cross it over and just throws it a bit too far ahead, and Norm is able to pluck it out of midair. And then on this play, there's really no point to this. MCW comes off the Kem Birch screen, and Jody Meeks can easily go under it while Serge is in drop coverage. The Raptors don't respect MCW or Birch as an offensive threat. The ball goes out to Fournier, and then he comes off the Birch screen. Serge gives a good shot contest, and this MCW-Birch combination was just really tough for the Magic all series long. Here, the Raptors have free reign to just ignore MCW in the zone. That allows them to get the ball out of the hands of a more capable shooter like Fournier, and the Magic end up getting a corner 3 attempt from Aaron Gordon, and Kawhi doesn't even close out to him particularly hard. Not a great 3-point shooter, although he did have a decent series. And here again, you see the impact of MCW. Lowry just ignoring him and hanging out around the free throw line in case he tries to drive. MCW pops the 3, doesn't go in. And then here as Fournier comes off the screen, MCW gets him the ball, and there might be a gap here if Green had to respect MCW's shot, but instead he can drift way off him to cut it off. And then as Vucevic sets the screen on ball, you see Green ignoring MCW and helping on the roll. And then the pass goes back to MCW, and he's looking for some sort of an opening or something, but there's nothing because Green is free to sag off him as much as he wants, and nobody really has to worry much about helping. And then on this play, as Fournier comes off the Birch screen, Serge is going to come down and trap him in the corner. The pass goes to Birch, and he's going to find Terrence Ross, but the pass is a little low, and that allows Fred to rush out with the closeout. And as Ross gets a step on Fred VanVleet, the Raptors could overreact here and have Kawhi rush out and Norm rotate onto Birch and leave Fournier open for a 3 in the corner, but instead they decide to just stay home and invite Ross to take the mid-range shot instead. And he might hit that at a reasonable clip, but it's better than giving up a wide open 3 or a shot at the rim. Birch got called for a foul on the offensive rebound. Good box out by Norm. And a similar sort of thinking here. The Raptors switch this first screen, and then as Aaron Gordon attacks, look how much the Raptors pack the paint, and Gordon's going to find Fournier, but as he throws this pass, Lowry is already on his way out to the perimeter. He forces Fournier to take a step inside the 3-point line, and that's a wide open shot, but it's better to have a long-range wide open 2 than a wide open 3. And on this play, as Gordon sets a screen on Lowry, the Raptors are going to switch it, and just watch Lowry on this play. Watch how he battles with Gordon for post position, way outsized, but using all of his strength. And then as Gordon gets the ball and tries to back him down, Lowry, being a major pain, forces Gordon to go through him. He pushes off with the off arm, and that's going to be an offensive foul. And now as Lowry contains DJ Augustine with the ball, on the weak side, Terrence Ross is going to go up and then push off of Fred VanVleet and try to cut backdoor. But check out the way Serge Ibaka completely leaves Kem Birch to help. He gets into that passing lane and that action is dead. Now it goes to Jonathan Isaac, who tries to drive, but Kawhi and Lowry force him to pick up his dribble. The ball goes back to DJ Augustine, the Magic searching for offense. He drives, throws a pump fake at Lowry, who doesn't buy it, and then he swings his arms up into Lowry's face and gets called for the offensive foul there too. The pressure really getting to the Magic at this point. And now just a couple minutes later, the Raptors pressuring up on Fournier, trying to get the ball out of his hands. He manages to sneak his way through the trap and get to the rim, but Lowry is there to take it on the numbers. Another offensive foul, the third one drawn by him in 3 minutes. And now Augustine trying to attack with early offense, gets a step on Green, but meets Gasol. Gasol with a nice verticality under the basket, avoids the foul that Augustine was hunting for. The Magic pull it back out, and then as DJ Augustine comes off the Birch screen, he hits Gasol with a little hesitation, and Gasol goes for it. He has a path to the rim, but Lowry's able to slide over and help deflect it out of bounds. Great help defense there. And now as Augustine comes off the Kem Birch screen, you see Wes Iwundu, and he would be wide open, but Gasol is in drop coverage with his arms up, nice and big. The Magic work a little more until Ross settles for the pull-up shot against Kawhi Leonard, who gives a great shot contest. The Magic do well to recover the offensive board, but as Augustine tries to drive, Gasol just eats it. An incredible block. I don't think Augustine was expecting that one. And now you see Augustine cross over Danny Green and drive, but Kyle Lowry is already rotating over. He gets both hands up vertical and deflects the ball out of bounds. And then off the ensuing inbound, you see Augustine driving on Gasol, and Siakam once again helping into the paint, recovers out to the corner for another great shot contest, this time on Jonathan Isaac. And on this play, Aaron Gordon gets Danny Green on his backside around half court, and watch Danny Green do a little dance here. Gordon's trying to keep him away from the ball, so Green moves all the way to his right side, and then as Gordon relaxes, he sneaks back to the left and pokes it away. That's going to be a turnover. Great veteran stuff from Green in transition there. And now as the Raptors get back on D, a little bit of a mismatch. Gasol on Augustine. That means Kawhi's on Vucevic. Vucevic trying to post him up, but a great job fronting by Kawhi. So instead the Magic change tactics. They're going to run a screen. That gets Vucevic switched on to Green. That means Siakam's going to have to help way into the post. That leaves Fournier open in the corner. A great recovery by Siakam to close out to him under control. Stays in front of him. Green cuts off the baseline, and Fournier, getting a little bit flustered here, has to throw the pass out to the top. A great rotation out by Lowry. Stops Augustine from even getting a shot off, and then the ball goes to Aaron Gordon, and he has to just chuck it up with the shot clock running out. Misses everything. 24-second violation. Great pressure from the Raptors. And now the wheels really coming off for the Magic. MCW just too sloppy with the handle, loses it right to Green. He finds Fred, who finds Norm, who throws it down with authority at the other end. And then on this play, just watch Fred on Terrence Ross, ready for him to cut back door, and then dodges the Vucevic screen and gets out to give a great shot contest on the elbow three. And then on this one, Fred against Ross again. Fred getting a little bit of off-ball practice for Steph Curry. Pressures right up into him, and Ross gets called for the push-off, an offensive foul. And now as Ross tries to go off the Kem Birch screen, Serge is going to step up in case he tries to pop the three. He tries to pass it instead, but Serge still gets a hand on it, deflects it. That's another turnover. And then a similar action here, Birch and Ross. This time Ross is able to get a pass through, but Jody Meeks on the backside able to get the strip on Kem Birch. Great hands by Meeks there, and he's going to take it down to the other end where he finds Norm, who finds Serge, who puts the exclamation point on a blowout win. That would be it. The Raptors win 105-96 to take the series in 5 games. And once again, I just want to remind you to please check out the Patreon. You can vote for which non-Raptors games I cover, plus get access to exclusive written and audio content. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and let me know what you thought of the Raptors series against the Magic in the comments.